Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to go over Recursive FizzBuzz. Yesterday we did FizzBuzz in a loop, and as promised, we're going to do it with Recursion today. Well, that was the most redundant intro ever. I'm new, like just work with me. Okay, so if you don't know what recursion is, if you are unfamiliar, recursion is when a function calls itself until it doesn't. And that is a weird definition, but it's actually pretty accurate. So in here, it means you literally are going to call inside of the FizzBuzz function body, you're going to call FizzBuzz. Now, the astute among you may realize that, hey, that seems like that might actually cause an infinite loop. And you would be correct. And that's why every recursive function, excuse me, also needs at least one base case. And the base case is the case that says, hey, this is how we get out of here. Like, if this is true, then we're not going to call ourselves again. So if we wanted to do FizzBuzz recursively, in this case, we know we want to start with 1, and we know we're going to 100. Now, you might get a question that is just like, hey, give me ceiling, floor ceiling, do the range, and you would write this a little bit differently. For this purpose, we only need one argument in our FizzBuzz function. We don't need two. If you were doing a floor and a ceiling, you'd probably need 2 arguments here. But in this case, we only need one because every time we call FizzBuzz from within FizzBuzz, we need to say, hey, now we need to call FizzBuzz with whatever n currently is plus 1, since we're counting up to 100. So we're going to take one argument. We're going to default it to 1 because that's where we're starting. And so if you just call FizzBuzz like so down here, then this will be a default argument of 1. All right, and then the code from yesterday is, it's very similar to the code from yesterday. We're going to say if in modulus 3 equals 0 and in modulus 5 equals 0. If you didn't watch the solution from yesterday, go back and watch that. I'll see if I can figure out how to put it here somewhere. But it's the the FizzBuzz with a loop, and we'll go a little more in depth in that video about the what this actually means here. I'm just going to kind of breeze through it today because the point of this is to show you recursion. And by now, if you watched the video yesterday, you already know what FizzBuzz is and how to solve it. All right, so we're just going to say if it's a multiple of 3 and 5, we're going to console.log FizzBuzz. All right. And next, if it's multiple of 3, console.log fizz. Okay, and why am I getting red here? Expression expected. I don't know what's up with REPL. I think it just keeps doing this. I had to refresh earlier. So if it's a multiple of 5, console.log buzz. Oh man, just got a new keyboard yesterday, and I'm still deciding if I like it. All right. And if it's not any of those, we are just going to console log in. And then lastly, we're going to call FizzBuzz again, but we're going to increment 1. Now, one more thing we need here is the base case. I mentioned it, and then I didn't even put it here. So a base case, in this case, we don't want to continue this function. We want to go ahead and bail if n is over 100, because that means we're done with our work here. Let's go ahead and get out of here. So we'll just say if n is greater than 100, return. All right. Now I'm getting these weird errors here. I'm going to copy this whole thing so I don't lose it. Just refresh the page. And I bet we have no more errors here. Perfect. Okay, so let's run this. There we go. Looks like FizzBuzz, 1, 2, Fizz, 4, Buzz Fizz. I wonder if anyone's actually ever counted that. Okay, anyway, making sure, yeah, everything looks good. So we stopped at 100. We have all of our stuff, and that is FizzBuzz with Recursion. We'll be doing more videos like this, more general interview question videos. And if there's something in particular you want to know about that you've heard in an interview or just in general, something web development related, yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make a video on it. Peace.